It's Friday Night Live with Vince, pregame, postgame show. Your destination for top high school previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live. Awesome. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Friday Night Live presented by the Varsity Sports Show team. Vince DeLisio here, joined by tonight's co-host from the University of Arizona, Cole Bruntz. Cole, how's it going?
Going great, Vince. How are you?
All right, man. What a week. You know, it's interesting. And I know you've had a chance to do some social media work this week. You'll be calling some games next week down in Tucson, but we've been covering softball playoffs, semifinals, 1A, 2A, 3A. Any particular game stand out to you that you've had a chance? I know you haven't really had a chance to see the games, but you've seen some of the interviews and things that have come in.
Yeah, last night, the game between Centennial and Bishop Gorman, they when I was editing the post-game interviews, I saw that one of the dudes for Bishop Gorman hit a home run on the second pitch of the game or something like that. So I thought that was pretty sweet. That game seemed like it was really good. But, yeah, I think that one was one of the ones that stuck out for sure.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, in Vegas, big-time action semifinal. Bishop Gorman playing Centennial. And I think Bishop Gorman came away with the win in that game, but it was a big-time game. Some big plays throughout. And then here in Arizona, we've been doing some of the lower divisions, 1A, 2A, 3A in particular tonight. And there'll be more tomorrow, actually. There'll be some track state meets. I think there's 2 going on. So a lot of action out there, something for all spring sports. For people that are enthusiasts. But anyway, we're going to kick off tonight's show. We are going to take it to a segment that our very own, your classmate down at the U of A, Braden Goetz, who's going to talk a little bit about the men's lacrosse team at the U of A and their phenomenal season. Take it away.
Although the Lax Cats fell short of their goal to win the national championship, they had a season for the ages and much to celebrate. Arizona finished 13-2, winning their first ever Southwest Lacrosse Conference Championship and the top 8 seed in the National Championship Tournament. The final poll of the season had the Cats ranked number 7 in the nation. The Cats also achieved back-to-back wins over their rival to the north, both at Arizona State and at a neutral site. They went an undefeated 8-0 in conference play and 5-1 in non-conference, with their only loss of the regular season coming against number 4, Florida State. They also fell 12-1 in overtime against number 9, Georgia, in the National Championship Tournament. While Arizona is losing some key contributors, they still have a bright future ahead. They have another season of Andrew Klingman, their top 10 faceoff specialist, and 3 more seasons of goalie Chase Stitchman, who is top 5 in the country. Head coach Eric Bassett is building something special in the desert. It's been an honor to cover this team this season. I can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah, man, I have still yet to make it to a U of A lacrosse game. I don't think I've ever been to a lacrosse game in general, but I definitely looks like I need to attend.
It was year 2 for us covering the team, and it doesn't look like it'll let up anytime soon. So next spring, if you're around on campus, you definitely have to head out. They're a great team, fun to watch, fun to cover. Coach Bassett, his first year as a head coach, he was an assistant last year and has just been done a phenomenal job, obviously based off of Braden's report there and qualifying for nationals. So good stuff. What do we have coming up next?
Yeah, so next up we'll have Ainsley Pavicic from UNLV, and she will be joining us talking about the NHL playoffs. How are you, Ainsley?
Sorry about that. I'm good, Cole. How are you?
Doing good. What you got for us?
Yeah, so I'll start off with the East. It seems like we have different playoffs with teams being like dominant and then series being really close together. So I'll start off with the East. Tomorrow, the Carolina Hurricanes, one of the best teams in the league, are looking to close out the Philadelphia Flyers in Philly in a series sweep. They are currently leading that series 3-0. And then earlier today, the Canadiens went into Buffalo for their second game of their series, and it ended up being a dominant win for them. So that series is tied 1-1, with that going to Montreal on Sunday. And then heading to the West, Carolina, my bad, the Avalanche, the reigning President Cups trophy, are looking to get a dominant 3-0 series lead against the Wild. They currently are leading that series 2-0 tomorrow. And then finally, my Vegas Golden Knights actually won earlier today, very dominant 6-2 win over the Ducks to take a 6-2 to win 6-2 today and take a 2-1 series lead that way too.
Nice. Yeah. Is there any surprises that you've seen so far in the playoffs about any teams, or has any teams really surprised you?
Not honestly. I think the Ducks are actually really surprising throughout the entire, throughout the season. They actually, they're such a young team, but they're really fast. They're really good. They beat the Oilers. The same team that has Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, and it was actually in the Stanley Cup the last 3 years. So that was probably a huge upset, but that's probably going to be my pick.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ansley, for joining us. That's Ansley Pavlicek from UNLV talking to us about the NHL playoffs. And now I'll kick it back to Vince, where he will introduce our next segment.
Awesome. Thank you. And real quick, I wanted to congratulate Ansley Pavlicek, who's going to be graduating next week from UNLV's Greenspun School of Urban Affairs, a broadcaster, very talented, did a great job for us, and you have not seen the last of her. So congrats to Ansley. Let's move it right along. So Boston native, Arizona State University student, and a member of our team, Hannah Flanagan, is going to talk a little, I believe, IHL, a little hockey.
The 2026 IIHF Men's World Championship drops the puck May 15th through the 31st in Zurich and Freiburg, Switzerland. Team USA is chasing history, looking to win back-to-back gold medals at the event for the first time. The US will compete in Group A, facing countries including Finland, Germany, and host Switzerland. Meanwhile, Group B, featuring Canada and Sweden, will play in Freiburg. With top international talent and national pride on the line, we get another taste of a global showdown on the ice. Another road to gold. For Varsity Sports Show, I'm Hannah Flanagan.
Thank you for that segment, Hannah Flanagan. And up next, we will have Thomas Gabo from UNLV, and he has a pre-recorded segment talking about the NBA playoffs bracket.
Have been nothing but amazing. Through the first round, we've seen some of the best matchups in years. Starting in the East, the number 1 seed Detroit Pistons were tested by the number 8 seed Orlando Magic, with the Pistons coming back from a 3-1 lead led by, of course, motorcade Cade Cunningham to win in 7 games. Another 7-game matchup in the East consisted of the number 5 Raptors from up north and the number 4 Cleveland Cavaliers. The pressure was on the Cavaliers going back home following a game winner from RJ Barrett in Game 6 to send it to 7 games, but it would be the experience of the Cavs who got it done 114-102. Next, the Knicks took down the Atlanta Hawks in 6 games with a 140-89 win. The Hawks were no match as they were outscored 83-36 in the first half. After a strong first-round start by the Celtics going up 3-1 against the Philadelphia 76ers, the Sixers stormed back, winning 3 games in a row to win in 7 games, and upset the Celtics in TD Garden. Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey got it done as the Celtics went into Game 7 without star Jason Tatum, who hurt his calf. Kicking it over to the West, both the Lakers and Timberwolves won in 6 over the Rockets and the Nuggets, with key role players stepping up for both squads. With Luka Doncic of the Lakers and Anthony Edwards of the T-Wolves both being out due to injury, key players like Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, Terrence Shannon Jr., Ayo Dosunmu stepped up in a huge way to help their teams advance. The Thunder easily got past the Suns in 4 games, marking the only clean sweep of the first round, and the Spurs got past the Blazers in 5 games. With the second round kicking off, more teams and players will look to make their mark in the 2026 playoffs and advance to the conference finals. I'm Thomas Gabo with the Varsity Sports Show.
Cole, admittedly, I haven't been following the NBA playoffs. I don't know about you. It's been a few years, and I just kind of lost track of players. I mean, it was LeBron James and then everybody else.
Yep. Yeah. I am a Nuggets fan, and they got eliminated in the first round. They got upset by the Timberwolves. I mean, I'm still following along, but it definitely stings.
Yeah. Well, there's still a chance for salvation, I guess. We can jump on the bandwagon for one of these other teams. Obviously,
Right.
the Suns got knocked out early as well. But anyway, moving right along, we talk about sports, and we're going to be getting into some really fun stuff this summer. But right now, we've actually been covering a little bit of UFC, and I guess there's a big event going on, UFC 328, that our old friend Nam Lee, one of your classmates down at the U of A, was going to talk to us a little bit about. Nam, what do you got for us?
Yeah, so UFC 328 is happening tomorrow night in Newark, New Jersey at the Prudential Center. And I don't know about you, Vince. Do you follow UFC much?
I don't. Again, another one of those sports that I wish I did. It impresses me because it's almost like a free for all that anything goes in that ring.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's definitely the draw of it now, and especially with they're always evolving the rules and just to keep it exciting. But if you're not, if you haven't really kept up with UFC much, I would say tomorrow's event's a really good one. We have, obviously as the poster says, there Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland, and what makes this particularly exciting is Khamzat. He's 15-0, this dominant wrestler from Russia who's just been absolutely unstoppable. Strickland, he's a former champ. He's fought for the belt. I think this is the third time he's fighting for the belt. So definitely his chance to get back in the title picture. And what makes this especially interesting is these two guys used to train together, and their relationship turned sour. So not the first teammates turned rival story. So, but it's always exciting. And it was so bad that these guys had to be kept completely separate during the press conferences and all the media events. Usually they have the opponents sitting on opposite sides, but they're pretty close to each other. But these two guys, they've been kept completely far from each other.
How do they class these guys? Are there weight classes here like in boxing? I mean, these guys all look really slender. So what are the weight divisions?
So for this one, they will be fighting at its middleweight, which is 185 pounds. So it's going to be for the world title for that weight class.
Wow. Awesome. Well, Nam Lee, University of Arizona, thanks so much for joining us, talking a little UFC 328. I'm going to turn it back over to our buddy Cole, who's going to introduce another segment. Take it away.
Yeah, next up, we have Amaya Lucero from UNLV with a pre-recorded segment talking about the Vegas Golden Knights and Anaheim Ducks NHL Playoff Series.
Hi, my name is Amaya Lucero from UNLV with the Varsity Sports Show, and I'm going to talk to you about Game 1 of Round 2 from the Vegas Golden Knights versus the Anaheim Ducks. After a scoreless first period, Brett Howden brought the Golden Knights to a 1-0 lead in the second period. With just over 6 minutes left, the Anaheim Ducks tied the game at 1-1. The Golden Knights answered quickly. Only a minute later, Ivan Barbashev scored and brought the game to 2-1. In the final seconds, Mitch Marner sealed the win with an empty net goal, giving the Golden Knights a 3-1 victory over the Ducks. Carter Hart made a total of 33 saves on 34 shots to help secure the team's 13th Game 1 win in franchise history. The head coach of the Golden Knights said, "I thought as the game went on, we started finding our game. We just couldn't find it completely. But you know what? It's a find-a-way league, and we found a way to win. I'm certainly not going to apologize for the win. The biggest thing is we need to be honest with ourselves, and I think we have a better game coming up."
Hockey in the desert, who knew? It worked in Arizona for a little while until they moved to Utah. But I sense that there'll be an NHL team back in Phoenix before all is said and done. Amazing. Great reporting. And anyway, I'm going to turn it back over to Cole, who's going to talk. Actually, it's a segment that Cole did. Oh, another one of the partnerships that we have, Tucson Sugar Skulls. Tucson does have a major professional sports league, a team, the IFL, Indoor Football League, Tucson Sugar Skulls. They're a pretty good team, and we're just now starting to get to covering them a bit more this season. So good stuff. Cole's been following the team. Take it away, Cole.
This is the Tucson Sugar Skulls Report, presented by the Varsity Sports Show, giving you a weekly insight on the latest Sugar Skulls news and updates on Tucson's Indoor Football League team. Now presenting the Tucson Sugar Skulls Report.
This is Cole Bruntz with the Varsity Sports Show, and on Saturday, May 2nd, I was able to do live reporting from Tucson Arena, where the Tucson Sugar Skulls took on the San Antonio Gunslingers.
It was Star Wars night, and the Sugar Skulls had a new look to their uniforms and a new quarterback, Tuscan Wilson.
First quarter was all for the Gunslingers. They were up 14-0, but here in the second quarter, the Tucson Sugar Skulls got an interception from Chucky Williams and then answered right back with a touchdown from quarterback Tuscan Wilson.
Sugar Skulls wide receiver Tamorion Terry caught a nice pass in the end zone for a touchdown, and then the Sugar Skulls followed with another field goal to end the half, and they were down 17-21. The second half belonged to the Gunslingers since the Sugar Skulls did not score in the second half. They hung in there early after a slow first quarter, but the game started to slip away from them in the fourth quarter. Tuscan Wilson ended his first game as part of the Sugar Skulls with 114 yards in the air and a passing touchdown, 1 interception, and led the team with 17 yards on the ground and with a rushing touchdown.
Unfortunately, the Sugar Skulls fell short in this one as they lost 35-17 and didn't score in the second half, but they'll look to get back in the win column next week where they'll head north and face the Arizona Rattlers. And I'm Cole Bruntz, and this is the Tucson Sugar Skulls Report.
Great job, Cole. I have to ask you, you've had a chance to see a few of their games. You're covering their team. The media relation team for the Sugar Skulls seemed like a very open, welcoming bunch of people. Has it been like that at the games as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Braden and I we had our first credentials last week, and yeah, we got there. We met with some of the dudes they were controlling like the ground area, and they were like, "Hey, as long as we see that badge on you, you can walk wherever you want. We won't stop you." So yeah, they were very friendly.
It's kind of a cool little arena too. It seems kind of an intimate setting, not very big. I'd be curious to see what the seating capacity is, but it's like you're right up in the action.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we got to sit right against the boards, I guess you would call it, and yeah, got to shoot whatever we wanted. And yeah, it was Star Wars night there, and Tommy Lloyd was there as well, which is the University of Arizona men's basketball coach. And Braden and I, we got to meet him, so that was pretty cool as well.
Nice. Well, look for more from Cole this summer, reporting for our show on the Tucson Sugar Skulls. It's going to be fun. Great franchise, great people there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, folks, tomorrow morning, tune into the Varsity Sports Show. It's a special edition, the Mother's Day special. We are going to be featuring 3 of our team members, Jade Jufre, Marla Mundo, and Amaya Lucero. They will be hosting the show 10 to 11 a.m. with their moms. So tune in, as well as the rest of our team will be providing live reporting. So it's a special show tomorrow morning, 10 to 11 a.m. on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, as well as the 1060 app. Tune in. On behalf of our amazing team and our producer from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, Marla Mundo, and co-host Cole Bruntz from the University of Arizona, my name is Vince Delicio. Thanks again for tuning in to Friday Night Live. Have a great night.
It's Friday Night Live with Vince, pregame, postgame show. Your destination for top high school previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live.